Welcome to this explainer. So, you're a first-time U.S. importer sourcing products from China, right? Finding a reliable logistics partner can honestly feel like navigating a minefield totally blindfolded. Today, we're putting together the ultimate guide, a step-by-step walkthrough on exactly how to review and assess a freight forwarder's official website. We're going to build a framework together so you can separate the real experts from the empty promises right from your computer screen.
It's the multi-thousand-dollar question, isn't it? How do you actually spot a scammer in international logistics? Or, honestly, even worse, an incompetent provider who's just going to bleed your margins dry with hidden costs? As a new importer, your absolute biggest fear is handing over your valuable inventory, not to mention thousands of dollars, only for your cargo to get held up, slapped with crazy unexpected fees, or literally just vanish. But hey, here's the good news. Assessing a forwarder's digital footprint is your very first line of defense. A legitimate forwarder leaves a clear trail of expertise. A scammer? Well, they just leave a trail of buzzwords.
Okay, let's dive into this vetting roadmap. We'll start with the first-time importer challenge. Then we'll move into assessing service scope, evaluating customs and tracking, requesting and comparing quotes, and wrap it all up with your final vetting checklist. Let's go.
Section 1. The First-Time Importer Challenge.
When first-time SMBs and Amazon sellers are out there looking for partners online, they just get hit with this massive wave of information. Everyone's claiming to be the best or the cheapest. But here's the harsh reality. The industry is just full of pitfalls. We're talking about the top hidden costs, specifically when it comes to CIF or cost, insurance, and freight shipping. These hidden costs absolutely destroy profit margins. A bad forwarder will send you a cheap initial invoice and then just hammer you with fees later. But a top-tier partner, they actually use their site to proactively educate you on these exact traps.
Now, check out this number, 100. A benchmark forwarder is never superficial. In fact, according to industry resources, a highly competent forwarder should be able to publicly answer at least 100 essential questions or clearly define 100 essential terms in their freight glossary. So when you're looking at their website, ask yourself, is the content kind of thin, or do they showcase a deep, almost encyclopedic knowledge of China to USA logistics?
Section 2. Assessing shipping service scope. Definitely add this to your checklist, verifying their actual capabilities.
When you land on a forwarder's homepage, you really need to look for a breakdown like this. A benchmark forwarder explicitly lists what they can do across the board. Do they clearly break down sea freight and air cargo? Do they handle both FCL, full container loads, and LCL? And super crucial for e-commerce, do they actually have dedicated infrastructure for direct Amazon FBA routing? If a website just throws out a vague "we do shipping," run the other way.
You know the type. A vague brochure website is going to use that exact same generic stock photo of a cargo ship that you've seen 100 times, offering nothing but empty promises. On the flip side, a benchmark site offers highly specific end-to-end logistics case studies. They'll walk you through exactly how they shipped a complex CNC machine or how they navigated customs for a mini excavator. They prove their competence through actual past success, not just making future promises.
Section 3. Evaluating customs and tracking. Because what happens when the cargo hits U.S. soil is where the real expertise shows.
Literally anyone can put a box on a boat in Shenzhen. But what happens when that cargo finally hits U.S. soil? That's where you'll hear the term DDP thrown around a lot. It stands for Delivered Duty Paid. In simple terms, it means the forwarder takes on all the responsibilities, all the risks, and all the costs until you physically receive the goods at your door. This is a massive, massive focus for successful China to USA shipments, especially if you're an Amazon seller looking for a totally hands-off experience.
So as you're reviewing a forwarder's website, pay close attention to how they talk about customs. Do they just have some generic bullet point that says customs clearance, or are they actively trying to educate you? A trustworthy partner won't just say they do customs, they'll have resources explaining the real risks of DDP shipping. They'll break down the key differences between FOB, CIF, and DDP terms. They might even guide you on HTS code lookups. That's the harmonized tariff schedule classification you need to get accurate duty pricing. Bottom line, if they educate you on the risks, it means they actually know how to navigate them.
Alongside customs, you definitely want to add live tracking to your checklist. Today's modern supply chains absolutely require total visibility. If you're importing an LCL shipment, you just can't afford to be guessing when your cargo is going to arrive at the port or when it'll finally make it to your warehouse. A forwarder that's actually worth your money will clearly advertise their live tracking tech or a dedicated client portal right there on their site.
Section 4. Requesting and comparing quotes. Now we transition to the money phase. How a forwarder asks you to request a quote honestly tells you everything you need to know. A benchmark forwarder is going to guide you through a very logical process.
Step 1, of course, is providing thorough shipment details. Step 2, and hey, this is a real pro tip here, they'll actually encourage you to include a target price so they can understand your budget and open up a transparent negotiation. And Step 3, they should always provide a detailed landed cost breakdown, not just some vague single number.
This crucial point is summed up perfectly by a quote from our sources. Stop letting shipping costs from China eat your profit margins. It's that simple. If you accept a vague initial estimate without demanding a comprehensive landed cost breakdown, you are setting yourself right up for those hidden costs we talked about earlier. A proper quote from a verified forwarder will itemize the whole shebang: the ocean freight, the port fees, customs clearance, duties, and those final delivery charges.
Section 5, the final vetting checklist. Let's pull all this together into a real, actionable list. Before you ever book a shipment, before you wire a single dollar to some logistics partner you found online, you need to cross-reference their website against these 5 points. Number 1, do they show clear FCL, LCL, and specialized Amazon FBA capabilities? Number 2, do they feature specific case studies showing real-world expertise instead of just generic marketing fluff? Number 3, do they offer detailed education on things like DDP shipping and CIF risks? Number 4, is modern live tracking tech available for your peace of mind? And number 5, is their quoting process set up to give you transparent, fully itemized, landed cost breakdowns? If a forwarder checks all these boxes, you've likely found yourself a solid, reliable partner.
Which leaves us with one final provocative question. Think about the tab you probably have open right now for the logistics company you're considering. Ask yourself, does your prospective forwarder's website look like a simple, digital brochure just trying to sell you something? Or does it look like a highly detailed, educational blueprint for your entire supply chain? Use this framework to audit their digital footprint today and take back control of your import margins. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.